Hello again, and welcome back to Broforce Broview. Today we will be taking a look at Broly, obviously Bruce Lee. So, Broly is a melee character who has a dashing aimed attacks, as well as dashing melee attacks. As a melee character, he's pretty adept at taking out mech units, although you just jump on him and take control. It's not exactly a hard job anymore. His normal attacks are pretty weak against dirt. However, his aimed attacks... that got a little bit scary. His aimed attacks do hit pretty hard, although I took out the first one, so it did make it a little hard to aim there. I'll demonstrate that a little bit later when I get down those staircases. His attacks are pretty fast and pretty strong, able to take out dogs pretty quickly. And a couple of aimed attacks kind of pops up and hurts the big dogs faster than they can take you. Do be careful though with the big guys. If you jump around too much, sometimes you might accidentally double charge in one direction and make yourself vulnerable to their attacks. His attacks have a pretty good AoE, and then the aimed attacks do hit everything in the area as well. And his ultimate is capable of wiping out entire lines of enemies. Against small groups, you can take out a handful of them all at one punch. Makes it really nice, especially if you can get the jump on them. Against shielded enemies, as a melee unit, you do throw them back. So you can just kind of get in there. You can knock your shield off, or knock their shields off without any major problems. And from there, it's all just mop up. Against small groups of enemies, it's probably better to dash into them and take out as many as you can, especially if they're staggered, because if you start nunchucking them, well, there ain't much you can do at that point. As for a melee combatant, he does melee very similar to to Mr. Anderbro. So, do be aware of that. As far as digging goes, the nunchucks aren't that good. However, your charged attacks will take out blocks in one hit. So your down charge can be used to take out blocks under you, and your side charge can be used to take out side ones. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory at that point. His ability to stay afloat, I'll see if I can get to the top to show that a little bit better, is a lot less than that of Mr. Anderbro's. Although he does have up kick, up punch, side kick, side punch. So you can kind of do that floating a little bit. I want to say you can float a little bit easier, but his floating isn't quite as good. Anyway, in combat, I'd probably put... I mean, he's a melee hero, so he obviously hits really, really hard, really, really fast, gets in, gets out, gets bloody. For a digging bro, I would say he's actually pretty good, being one of the few bros that can actually hit downwards. Although do be careful, because sometimes his downward attack does push him all the way down. So be a little bit careful about when you use it, because you don't want to end up falling to your death. He digs really well, as you can see. And he just has an ability for mobility that we haven't seen with a lot of the more recent bros. the Brolander, the Brolander specifically coming to mind, since he was basically unable to move until he got his first stack. It is refreshing to see that one of the first new bros after that is a character who has substantial mobility. Anyway, I hope you had fun, and have a wonderful day.